Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a lot of rumors swirling around the old internet of us going on our training camp tour where we visited the New England Patriots, we saw the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Bills. Now, Hard Knocks came out last night at 8 p.m., so a tactical decision of ours is let's release the Bills before we go to Philly. We release the vlog, and the Bills episode come out, and guess what? Comment after comment is like,
Eagles fans need it.
We need Philly. They won the Super Bowl. We want them. Where's Cooper DeJean, the Great White Hope? Where's Jordan Mailata, the Australian Shepherd? Where's Lane Johnson and the GM, Howie Roseman himself? We've heard you guys. We've listened to the internet, and we're going to release this episode today. It's Thursday, 6 a.m.
Thursday, 6 a.m.
Thursday at 6 a.m. And
make sure you are subscribed. Before you go any further, make sure you are subscribed, comment throughout the episode. But we were kind of faced with a decision. Do we can this and hold this for another week or two? But the powers that be, we got to give you guys the interviews.
Got to listen to your audience.
Got to listen to the
Gotta
audience.
be you.
You got to be smart. We were showing all the content. It's like you got to throw
give
the
them what they
interviews
want.
out. Yes.
Give them what they want. As always, this show is presented by the #1 sportsbook in all of America, and that is FanDuel Sportsbook. We have a massive fall coming up for you guys. We got gambling shows, we got streams, we're traveling all over the place, we're kicking it up to a whole new level, and it would not be possible without our amazing partners at FanDuel Sportsbook. We appreciate them so much. Shout out FanDuel, dude. Shout out FanDuel and enjoy this episode.
Howie Roseman, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Cooper DeJean. Big hugs.
Tiny kisses.
Go ahead, Willie. Start us off, babe.
Does this fucking work? What we got?
You're
Is
good.
it working?
I'm live. Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's
live but
working.
not live. Live but not live. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the
Howie
way I like it.
Roseman, welcome to Bussin with the Boys. It is an absolute pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me.
For first story, we sat down with Marcus Mariota in Oregon, and he was kind of talking about his entire career and his journey, his highs and lows. But you were a staple in one of his lows where he was having a really tough time in camp, and he talked about he was doing a scrimmage in the stadium, and he was like putting balls in the ground. And there was a moment to where you pulled him aside and helped connect him with was it a sports psychologist?
Yeah, you. The way Marcus phrases it is that you went up to him and was like, "Hey, we can obviously something mentally is going on. This is not a physical issue. Let's get you a therapist. Let's get you somebody that can help you off the field so you can succeed on the field." And he was very complimentary of you, basically
great
saying
dude.
you
Great
say it.
dude.
Like
in
it was a
lot of
moment
ways.
that helped
He's
give him more
great.
life in
Right.
his career.
We
And-
walked
and
away
you-
from that being
and
like, we got to
you-
get you
and
on.
you saw him. I mean, I think for us, it's,
Yeah, put it up a little bit closer to your face.
I think it's easy. We're like really like we're just studying movement. Like that's what we do, because a lot of times when we're scouting players, like we don't know what they're being told. We don't know what the scheme is. So we got to study movement. And when you saw Marcus, you saw he could still throw the ball. You saw that he was still an explosive runner, but there was something bothering him, and so for us, all we're trying to do is develop our players on and off the field and try to get the best out of them. And when you see a guy still has ability, but there's something going on, you got to figure out, is it physical, is it mental? And I mean, that to me, the best thing we can do for our players, like see them have success. Like that is an unbelievable tribute. And so, unfortunately, he's in Washington, but most guys to have success, certainly the guys that are here. And so when you see those guys, whether it's, you Lane or Jordan, you're just with those guys, and think about those, Lane, JUCO quarterback, comes to Philadelphia, 4th pick in the draft, and now his whole life's in Philadelphia, and he'll go to the Hall of Fame playing for one team. And then Jordan, that story, and just the way that kind of we took him and basically said for 2 years, we don't care how he looks, we're going to develop him over a 3-year period. He's on the roster, we're never going to cut him, and we'll see where we are year 3. And lo and behold, year 3 we go to Pittsburgh in the COVID year, and all of a sudden, he's forced into action and playing lights out, and really hasn't been off the field since. And you also see those guys off the field, Lane, 3 kids, Jordan married, and you see those guys. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you talk about like Jordan, you draft a guy, you say, we're going to give you 2 years. We don't care about that. We just care about developing you. To be able to do that as a franchise, you have to put yourself in a position to afford having that 53rd, 52nd guy be like, we know he's not going to play. We just need him. You guys have done such a great job in the draft. What are some things about you that have set you apart, other than literally being here for 25 years?
Yeah, I don't know, fortunate to be surrounded by really great coaches, great players, and great people throughout the building, and kind of knowing what we're looking for. And if we can find talented guys who love football, who want to be developed, because this is like the only, I've only done this, I've never done anything else for a living, but I imagine you go to different areas and they're not expecting 22 22, 23-year-old guys to be the best at what they're doing. And sometimes we put so much pressure on young players to be at the top of their game. And we got to understand, like, they're coming to a new city. They're coming into a new league. Like, we got to develop them. And I think for us, that's a huge part. It's like an understanding that the best is yet to come for a lot of these guys, and giving the patience to know that if we can get their best football out of them, even if it's year 3, even if it's year 5, we're still getting the best out of them. And that's really I mean, listen, we love when they play well as rookies. You know, our guys last year as rookies played really well, which was huge. But everyone's different, and timing for everyone's different. So I think that's really for us, is understanding also what our coaches are looking for, because I could love a player, but if he doesn't fit what we're doing offensively or defensively, and we're not going to see him in positions to have success, he's not going to look very good. So I think for us, those are all the key things that we're looking for to try to be successful.
It's brutal to only have you for 15 minutes, because I know you've been here a long time, and I think it's sick that we get to sit down with the GM, and you've had so much success here, a lot of highs, a lot of lows.
Definitely lows.
And I'm super curious about you personally, what you felt like you learned about yourself during the whole Carson Wentz, where you pay a massive extension. You end up drafting Jalen Hurts, which was that came with a lot of controversy, a lot of question marks. You're taking a shot. Are you taking a shot? And then you go on to trade Carson. What do you feel like you learned about yourself during that era, during that time, now that it's in the past?
Yeah, I think it goes back to really starting with Coach Reed, and we had an unbelievable staff. I think 8 of his assistants ended up being head coaches, so he had the experience of working with all these guys, you know, Harbaugh, Spags, Shermer, you know, just naming a few, Childress, all these guys who were kind of learning from him and kind of growing together. And then the same in the front office, you know, Jason Light, John Spytek now, Brian Grigson, Matt Russell, Tom Heckert, all these guys that we were, I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, that we were together through that part. And we were really like just picking each other's brains and really trying to learn and develop together. And we had a lot of success, but we really never got over the hump. And so we had lost 5 championship games during that period of time, which was hard, you know, and really only 4 championship games in the Super Bowl. And so there was a lot of adversity, and just watching how Coach Reed dealt with it and how he dealt with everything that was going on, and always just keeping fighting and keeping getting back to work, and continue to prioritize what he thought were the main things in building the football team. And then, you know, when he left, having adversity, because I was very fortunate. We were winning, and I was with people that I knew for a long time. And then, you know, I had a public adversity, and, you know, I got my legs kind of cut out from me, and having a chance to reset and learn a lot about myself, and understand that when I had the job, I got it really young. Was I doing the things that I really believed in, my vision for building a football team, my vision to surround myself with the right people? And I looked at it, and I realized quickly that I wasn't. And I just really spent the year going on a journey, meeting a lot of people in sports, a lot of GMs in sports, great GMs in sports, in football and basketball and baseball. I went to Europe. And then also business leaders. And just, I think that perspective was huge for me, and understanding that every single person who's had success has tremendous adversity that they have to face. And you can't really have tremendous success unless you face tremendous adversity. And it sucks. You know, it's not fun, but it's the price of being successful. And so, you know, then we come back, and I come back in 16, and all of a sudden we win the Super Bowl in 17, and, you know, 18 and 19 are pretty good, and then we get our ass kicked again in 20, you know. And with that was the decision where we drafted Jalen, because, you know, quarterback's the most important position in sports. And unfortunately for us, we had been in 7 playoff games, and I think Carson had played 9 snaps, you know, and our backup quarterbacks are playing in playoff games. Our backup quarterbacks are playing in the Super Bowl, you know. And so for us, we need to make sure that position was right, and because we had a good team. And you know, what we went through that year, I think it really helped build this next version of our team that had success. And going in 22 and losing in the Super Bowl, heartbreaking loss in the Super Bowl. I mean, heartbreaking loss in the Super Bowl for all of us.
Myself included.
And
I thought it was bullshit.
You think that was a hold?
Absolutely.
You know,
It was.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. There we go.
I beat myself up.
We watched the film, and it was a little tough.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was catchable pass, but that's a choice. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Will I think about it every day for the rest of my life? I will, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll keep me going a little bit. But I think all of that really helped us rally on 2023. You know, the shit we went through in 2023 as a team, the shit Nick went through and he had to go through publicly. And I think it's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for you to be humble. This game is a humbling game. Every time you think you got something figured out, you get your ass kicked. Yeah. And so, you know, that's always the humility in this game. I think it keeps you working really hard. Yeah.
You listen, you hear about all the time how players, like coaches say it, up top says it, you know, it's like ignore the noise. It seems like, and I mean this in the most positive way possible, Philadelphia might be the noisiest fan base of all times, in the good times and in the bad times. For you, how do you, when things are not going your way, you refer to the 2020 season, shit's not going the way you want it to go. I'm sure this fan base is losing their damn minds in a lot of ways.
I think I have a dead baked potato still in my office from someone who told me to take the potato and leave. I didn't really understand that, but I figured I'd keep it a little bit. It's a dead baked potato in my office, but
you should frame it. You should put one of those little 3D glass boxes or something like that.
Yeah.
But how important is it for a GM, and how do you ignore the noise when maybe you're part of one of the loudest fan bases that are trying to tell you how to do your job?
Well, you know, quite honestly, like I want to fight, you know, and I wish I was as big as you guys and I could fight everyone because when I get mad, but I can't. So I can't read it. I can't see it because if I do, I'm going to want to react to it. So, I mean, these guys know, like I'll tell them, just tell me what I need to know. And they refer to my whispering crew of people who come to me and say, hey, did you see this? They wrote this. Because it's hard not to get mad. It's hard not to be defensive. It's hard not to, you know, try to fight back. So I just ignore it. You know, I won't listen to anything locally. I won't read anything locally unless I'm told about it, because I get emotional about it, so I just stay away from it, and I think that allows me to do what I think is right all the time. And at the end of the day, we win or we lose, you know. And at the end, that's the greatest thing about this game, about this sport, is the scoreboard matters. And so we'll be judged by what our record is, how we finish our seasons, and nothing else matters. I think that's the most important thing, is we got to understand, you know, if we don't win and we want to debate about the moves we made, it's not going to matter because they're not good enough, you know. And if we win, you know, that at the end of the day, that's really the most telling sign.
You seem really personable with the players. Like you're rattling off Lane Johnson and his kids, Jordan, being married. For you, how much of an emotional process is it when you have to make a hard decision? Like an example that comes to mind is when Malcolm Jenkins was let go. Knowing what he means, how hard is it to weigh what a guy means tangibly, intangibly to a team versus also the business sense of cap space and everything else, and you have to make those hard calls being the GM, because it's like a spot that nobody really envies, because you have to have those hard conversations.
You know, I feel a little bit like in the Godfather movies, would you rather be liked or respected? You know, you want to be both, but at the end of the day, my job, I'm not always going to be liked. You know, the first thing we do before we start a season is we're cutting 37 guys, you know, so we're basically telling guys they're fired. So I think the most important thing we do is be honest with our players and tell them kind of where we stand at all times. And we can get close to them. I like getting close to them. I like caring about our players. You know, I feel like their fingers on my hand, because at the end of the day, anyone who walks through here, I'm responsible for, you know. And so if they do something good, I'm incredibly proud. If they're going through something, I feel a part of that. That doesn't mean they're going to be here forever, because at the end of the day, we got to win. And I got to make some tough decisions. But if we do it with respect, if we do it with honesty and integrity, we could do those things. I mean, we had to trade a player last night, you know, who was part of our Super Bowl team and liked being here. And, you know, I just tell them why we did it. And I don't have to agree with it. Doesn't mean we don't like you, but sometimes to get something good, you got to give up something good. And I can't tell you that every time the player walks out and there's hugs and, you know, respect, I'm sure they're upset. But if we can do that and be honest with them and tell them, and I say all the time, you know, I wish I could play in this league. I can't. But I've watched it for a long time, and this is what I see, and this is what I'm thinking, and this is the reason we're doing it. And I think if you do that enough, it may take time, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but eventually they'll appreciate the honesty.
I love that.
That is awesome.
How in the hell did the AJ Brown trade, when you got that
How'd
phone
you
call?
fleece that?
Yeah, however.
Well, at the time, I'm not sure everyone felt that way. I think AJ, one incredible player, and he was a guy that really we had spent so much time on going into the draft and really fucked it up by not taking him in the first round. We should have. And then you get an opportunity to bring him here and in this city and how he's fit in and the kind of player that he is and just a different kind of receiver, some guys, they hate to be tackled. Some guys, they're really hard to cover. When you put those two together, it's freak show city, and that's the kind of player he is and the person he is, how he's fit in, and the things that he's done to fit into this community, him as a teammate, being named captain here. I mean, incredibly proud to see that. And so, a lot of times you bring in guys, and free agency's hard because you're bringing them into your culture. They're veteran guys. It's different when there's rookies and you can raise them from the beginning. But I mean, seamlessly fit in. Obviously had a relationship with Jalen before that, but having him and Devontae and their relationship and seeing two guys who are selfless, they just want to win. And I think you see that, if AJ has a great game, Devontae is the first one congratulating him. When Devontae has a big game, AJ is the first one congratulating him. So it's a beautiful thing.
Take me into, if you can, the war room as those kinds of trades are going down. You're sitting in the first round. Who's calling who first? Do you call the Titans first? Titans call you first?
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, John Robinson, heck of GM, feel like still should be a GM in the National Football League. I understood where he was and financially what he was trying to do and really trying to figure out a way to make a win-win situation because we had a quarterback at the time on a rookie deal. That the interesting thing was that we had the trade done, the terms agreed to in the morning, but we had to get a contract done with him. And so, and at the time, we started with 3 first-round picks in that draft. We traded one for a future pick with New Orleans. We still had 2, and basically I said, John, if we can't get a contract done, we can't do this trade. We can't trade you a 1 and a 3 for 1 year of a player. We got to get a contract done first. And so we trade up and we get Jordan Davis. Our contract's still not done. And John's like, well, what are we doing? What's going on here? And so after we picked Jordan 12th, I think the pick we ended up trading was 18th. Between 12 and 18, I'm trying to finish the contract. And so nobody knew except a couple of people that we were even doing it because I said, imagine this falls apart. I'm going to be the GM who can't get a deal done with AJ. And so at that point, when we finished it, it was about pick 14, and the deal was done. And I turned to Jeffrey and Nick, and I said, "We're gonna surprise our room when we're on the clock. They don't know anything about it." And so, when we get ready to pick, I'm just gonna say, "Hey guys, we're picking AJ Brown," and they're all gonna look at me like, "What the fuck's going on?" But they're gonna be excited as shit. And so it was really fun. It was great energy. It was really I can't even get to 5 on the amount of people who knew in our building because of the contract situation. It was cool.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's a crazy
Not so much fun when, we're trading up, getting Jordan Davis, and we're still a few $1 million apart. But congratulations to Torrey Dandy. And
when it's that big of crunch time, are you just basically get on the phone with the agent and agent, like a 3-way call, be like, okay, we got to move here?
Yeah,
it's
basically you can't mess around. I think the longer I'm doing it, the more important it is to just be upfront, and just basically, this high-low game, it doesn't really work. You got to really tell people where you're coming from, and so there really shouldn't be a lot of time where you're going back and forth. You're starting high, you're going low. It doesn't make any sense. Here's what we think is good for the player. Here's what we think is good for us. Let's do something that's win-win,
Yeah.
and that's what we're really trying to do in every trade that we're doing, every contract we're doing. I like it when we make trades and teams get what they want out of it too, because, it's a fraternity. There's not even 32 GMs because some owners are GMs, but you look at it and you want those guys. You want them to do well, just not at the expense of us.
My last question, what is your favorite? Yeah, you heard that?
So
Okay.
What time is it? You know what? I'm okay because I got shit to do after this, so I can't sit in a 30-minute team meeting right now. So don't tell. I'll tell Nick, but yeah.
Your favorite, because that story was awesome. Your favorite negotiation win story that you look back on and you're like, man, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this one.
I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, like anytime you get deals done and your players are happy and they're excited about the deals and they feel good about them, I feel like that's a win. It's never good. We're never looking to do a deal where players feel like they're mistreated or misrepresented or disrespected. There's no win in that. At the end of the day, you're then creating a culture where people don't feel appreciated and respected. So if you look at a lot of our deals on our players, they're at the top of the market. I mean, you go through our team, and whether you're talking about Lane or Jalen or AJ, these guys are at the top of the market. When we're doing them earned, they earned the right to be that. So I think from my perspective, it's never good when you're in a situation where people feel like they were taken advantage of. Certainly not the players that you're counting on to win games, to be part of your franchise. So I don't know. I feel like anytime we complete something and when we get a smile from our player, or they feel appreciated, I mean, I think those are the best wins. And I'm really not bullshitting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, to me, you have happy players, you have players that feel connected to this team, this organization, and it gives you your best chance to win.
You've done some incredible things here in your tenure, but one of the most incredible things you've done is put 2 white DBs in your backfield on defense.
The exciting
Pretty
whites.
incredible. Now, I know Reed Blankenship is in the last year of his contract. What does it mean to the city of Philadelphia to have those 2 back together again?
Oh, jeez.
Are we going to have the exciting whites in the backfield in the future? We're kind of putting you on the spot.
I mean, shit.
We'll throw in, us with the boys will throw in $40.
You think about how dumb I am that I actually let Reed become a free agent. The guy had 412 tackles at Middle Tennessee State. I mean, 412. Think about that. I mean, that is unbelievable. And you're talking about a position that relies on instincts and ability to make plays. And we risked not getting him in the draft. And then Coop, another one where it's like, we're sitting there and we're thinking when we're picking 22 last year that he's probably going to be our pick. We didn't think that Q would be there at 22nd. Felt very fortunate. And then we just started trying to trade up and getting those 2 guys. And, the amazing thing, unbelievable athletes, unbelievable players, but even better people. And, you look at our secondary, and obviously we took some losses in our secondary, some veteran players who have played incredible ball for us, and we're going to miss those guys. But seeing how those guys work, how those guys lead, the chemistry those guys have, as well as Q and our young guys in secondary. I think now, we started training camp before we signed Agba, and now we just made a trade for a guy who's going to be 25. I think we had 3 guys over 25 on our defense. Damn. And you look at our Super Bowl team in 2022, 0 of the 11 starters are on our team. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Thinking about 2022 and playing in the Super Bowl, and here we are starting the 2025 season, and we have 0 of them. Now, we haven't won a game, so that doesn't mean it's worked out or it's good, but even just thinking about how quickly this league moves in that situation, it's just mind-blowing. But having those guys, having a bunch of these guys who played together at Georgia, the chemistry that they have, the defensive energy is unbelievable. Obviously, Vic's a heck of a coach, and just really excited to see those guys play and get into action. Can you believe football season's here?
We've been talking about it over
It's
and over.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Have you gotten to enjoy the celebrating the Super Bowl long enough? Are you ready for the season to start?
It's funny. You talk about Philly, and I got 4 kids, 3 boys, and my youngest, about a week after the Super Bowl, was playing a travel basketball game about 30 minutes away, and his name's on the back of his jersey. And I came a little late, we were doing free agency meetings, and my wife kind of looks at me and she goes, "Yeah, Carter had a little incident." And I said, "What happened?" And so she goes, "Ask him." So after the game, and I don't know what happens, and he kind of played out of his mind for him. So I was proud of him because I'm a little hard on him. And I said, "What happened?" He goes, "Dad, I get on the court and some adult yells at me, 'Hey, Roseman, tell your dad to get to work and stop dismantling the Super Bowl team.'" And I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you tell him we just won our 2nd Super Bowl." And she goes, "Whoa, what are you telling this 11-year-old to say to this adult?" I get mad. I was so mad about it. So, I think from our perspective, it's hard to not continue to want to put your head down, work hard, at some point, you'll be sitting on a dock somewhere and you'll think about all of these moments. But in this league, when you're in it, you want to maximize every moment because everyone's got an expiration date in this league, whether it's players, whether it's coaches, whether it's general managers, and so you got to have that urgency. And the minute I lose that urgency, someone else should take my seat.
Yeah, I love that. You got another one?
I do. Before we hit the Bud Light question, because you brought a gift,
I
and
did.
you were saying that this is your mezcal tequila company.
Yeah.
What made you want to start a mezcal? Tell me about the process of doing it, because I'm trying to not only give you a little bit of publicity, but also say thank you for the gift.
Oh yeah, you know what? I love mezcal, and I would go into bars and restaurants, and I couldn't find one I really liked. And I could go into a bar and order 10, 15 tequilas that I really liked, but I couldn't find a really great tasting one. And partner with Jim Kramer, who's a huge Eagles fan, who had Mexican restaurants in Brooklyn, and another guy who's a liquor industry really superstar, Tom Moss, and we have a great GM, Chuck Huggins, and we brought this mezcal here, and it is unbelievably tasty. We got 3 different flavors, and can't wait for you guys to try it and tell me what you think. And it's fun. I mean, I can't tell you I'm doing a lot day to day with it, except when we have hard days and drinking it a little bit.
You just need a little sip.
The best thing about tequila, man, is it's hard days and good days. It's all enjoyable.
Have
No
you
doubt about
seen Deep Philly Lore, the social media game? Last night the trade happens, and you reminded me of it because you said fleeced earlier. But are you aware of the video that goes around with the mini men, Howie clips, where your Eagles fans are like backing you, and they're like, Howie does it again, and they got this video that goes around. It's just a highlight reel of you with mini men.
That looks like that picture. That video from 2005.
Yeah.
I've seen the one with the binoculars.
Howie Roseman does it again. He can't keep getting away with this,
which is really funny because I was talking to Nick, and we were talking about some of the biggest cons, and it's like when they flash to me during preseason game with binoculars. It's like there he is. He's like scouting the other team, and I'm probably like looking to see whose ass Nick is ripping on the sideline or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm scouting for sure.
I love that the fans back their GM like that they have a go-to video that they put out there whenever you make a move. Sometimes. That's right. This fan base.
And
then we have the other time. I'll be walking around and I'll see little kids going, "Hey Howie, why don't you make a trade? Why don't you get this guy?" Or we'll hear I get little this kids fucking Howie. Is he gonna do this? Fucking Howie. So all this stuff. There's no honeymoon, but you know what? It makes you really have to have your A game all the time.
Is there ever a move back since you've been here to where you're like, the fans were right, I was wrong?
Yeah, I think there's one that's pretty obvious. One guy who we didn't draft's going to the Hall of Fame, and
Justin Jefferson.
I'm not allowed to talk about players on other teams, but you know what? You know what? At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Like, the mistakes kill me. Like, I think about the picks that we have and who we could have gotten, and the things that we did wrong, and it helps me get better. And I feel like I'm constantly trying to learn and be better, and figure out whys you make mistakes, and why you're picking guys that you should have picked other guys. And so, I feel like when you make a mistake and they're big mistakes, the worst thing that happens is you don't learn from it. And so I really feel like, if you don't make mistakes like that, we probably don't come back and play in 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years, because it really helped me understand, like, sometimes you overthink things. Sometimes, you're looking to fit. It's hard to fill needs in this league. It's hard to find good players in this league. And so when you're staring at good players, you just take them, and the nature of this league, you can never have too many good players. I mean, we're trying to play at a minimum 20 games. We played 21 games, 21 regular season games. 21 games, including the playoffs last year. That's a lot of fucking games, and depth really matters in this league. And so when you have depth at key positions and guys are able to keep going, it may be the difference between a first round bye and playing in the wild card round, which we all know is huge. And so every move we make, we're kind of going, all right, how can we tack on? How can we add more talent? How can we add more depth? If we have 2 games where this guy's not playing, can this guy play at a high level? So maybe that's the difference between having the bye and not. And that's how we have to think of every move. There's never a situation where you're going, we're good. We're good.
Only the paranoid survive.
Only the
mentality.
fucking paranoid survive. I'm gonna
Yeah.
write that in my office right
Good.
when
When
I
you
go
saw his
upstairs.
eyes when you
Yeah.
said that.
Honestly,
Oh,
I
I know.
seeing your eyes light up like that fired
And
me
for
up.
me, you go through training camp and our scouts ask me, they go, "What are you thinking about?" I go, "My worst nightmare is that we let a player go and we don't know how good he is." My worst nightmare, is that a guy plays 5 plays in the preseason, someone claims him, and he goes and has this great career. Like, we better know our team. Forget about everyone else in the league right now. We better know our own team, and we better know it in a way that it's the most important decisions that we make is who's here, and understanding their strengths and weaknesses.
This is my last question. We'll let you get out of here. With all the success you're having, 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, we walk outside to practice and it's like the depth that you guys have everywhere. Like, you've assembled a hell of a team. How difficult is it for you to keep your scouting department, your OCs, your DCs? Like, what are those types of conversations when you're trying to keep a guy who's essentially trying to level up their life, become a GM, become a head coach, when they come into your office saying, "Hey, I might have this opportunity," when your whole goal is, right, to keep this band that you've kept together the whole time? Like, what's your selling points to them?
Yeah, I've had to trick my mind a little bit on this because I used to get mad about all the people we were leaving, and now it's like it's part of legacy. When you have people around the league that consider Philly an important place in their journey and feel like it helped them get to where they were wanting to go, it's pretty special. And to see guys that you care about be able to take care of their families and feel like, I learned something in Philly, and then you see them at league meetings or you see them at the combine, it's pretty special, and I don't want to lose good people. Someone we get to bring back like Joe Douglas, that's a beautiful thing, but I think from my perspective at this point, it's a great compliment, that people feel like maybe we're doing something right, that they want to take people that have been here in positions to help us win. And so I'm proud of that. We've lost a bunch of people again this offseason on the coaching staff. Obviously with Coach Moore, I lost one of our scouts who have been with me since 2001. And that guy, you talk about being life, deaths, births, marriages. So it's crazy, But at some point, it's like your kids. You gotta let them go. If they have better opportunities to help themselves and their family. And so, I hate bringing in new people because it means we lost good people. But at the end of the day, you're changing people's lives too.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
The last question on every interview that we do is brought to us by Bud Light. You know that anybody would do anything, how anybody would do anything for a cold Bud Light.
So good.
What
So
would
good.
Howie
It's so fucking
Roseman
high right now. It's
do
so hot right now. It'd
anything
be so great.
for?
Can't say family. Can't say Super Bowl. You can say Super Bowl.
I know. That's an easy. But I don't want to trade draft picks. I don't want to give up draft. I like our draft picks. I don't want to do that. Like I feel like you guys are trying to get over on me on a trade. I feel like this is spiteful, to be honest with you. I feel like you're fucking trying to prove a point that you can do a better deal with me. At the end of the day, can I please just have a fucking beer? Is that so hard?
A nice cold Bud Light?
To give something about Bud Light? I mean,
Yeah.
do I have to give up something? Because I like everything we got going on. I like our picks. I want to win games. I don't want to give any of that up.
I love it. And also, Dale Earnhardt was on our podcast and he goes, "I'm good. I have everything I want. I've achieved everything I want. Like, I don't need anything." Which is
In the
gotta
most
be
genuine way
yeah,
that was
yeah,
like that
Dale is
felt
the most
deep.
genuine guy of all time.
That's like drop the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you've earned it, man. You get to keep everything. We'll give you Bud Light.
Good. I want more, and I can't wait to see you guys again next summer. Be back here. Hopefully, make you proud during this season. Thanks for having me.
Dude, it was an
Taking time.
absolute pleasure.
Unreal.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Seriously.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, that last interview you just saw was brought to you by Bud Light. These next two you're going to see from Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, and also Cooper DeJean, are brought to you by Bud Light. Clean, refreshing, crispy taste. You can go to www.budlight.com/locator to find Bud Lights near you. Spoiler alert, it's very easy to find Bud Light, but take the extra step. Go get you a little something. Go have it. They have a lot of partners. They're partnering with the NFL Draft, Tight End U, Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. They also have a lot of guys they get behind. We're talking about George Kittle, Dustin Poirier, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, a bunch of individuals. Enjoy this, crack a cold one, and have a great time. And once again, comment, subscribe, unsubscribe, or resubscribe. It just helps us that much more. Big hugs, tiny kisses.
DeJean. Is it French?
No, I don't believe it's French.
I think it is French.
I don't believe it's French.
DeJean.
Is it?
DeJean?
I think it means of jeans.
You done a 23andMe?
No,
You probably shouldn't.
Go in there.
Then the government would have all your stuff.
I know.
Let me ask you
That's
this.
what I've heard.
Let me ask you this question. You've resurrected a position that was extinct, the white cornerback. You're drafted in the second round. You make the top 100. You win a Super Bowl.
What else?
Made the all-white team. You've achieved so much in your short NFL career. Do you ever think to yourself, maybe I should have a down year on purpose to temper expectations?
I don't think to myself that. No. I'd rather just try to keep it rolling. Try to go chase another championship. Continue to be a spark plug for our defense. Any way that I can be. Being young, in the league, I feel like we got a lot of young guys in our locker room, which makes our defense fun to play for. But I'm just gonna try and keep it going.
At what point in your life did you look around the secondary and be like, oh, okay, I belong here?
I think it started at the University of Iowa. I mean, we had like a couple white DBs that started for us. Riley Moss. We had some shout out Jack Kerner, Quinn Schulte. Those guys played safety for us. So I never really, felt like I didn't belong, in the defensive backfield, which is good. I was, Riley Moss came before me. He taught me a lot about the position. He got drafted in the third round, started last year. So he led the way for me.
I feel like you're correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like you know this answer, but where does your jersey rank in sales on the team? Are you number one?
I do not know the answer to that. I don't think I'm number one. No, I can't be
you if
number
we knew
one.
The answer?
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's number one, brother.
Is it number one?
Yes.
No, it's
Big
not.
Dom said that. Yeah. Big Dom goes second right there.
I feel like it is safe to say.
No shot.
That's what Big Dom said.
I feel like it is safe to say that you are to young white DBs what Caitlin Clark is in basketball with the WNBA. Both from Iowa too. And
Yeah,
what a compliment
sick.
that you just got.
That's sick.
Something I do want to ask, and you can be honest with us. Do you get hype when your basketball footage gets released and goes viral on the internet, especially in the locker room with the boys?
The boys always they always bring it up whenever it seems like it goes away for a little bit and then it always pops back up at some point.
At the right time.
But it's pretty cool to see it again.
Those are my
and
bot
to,
accounts that I rip on social media.
to
I was
reminisce.
going to ask Coop if he's got a couple burners. He might have just pops that off on. There's just one account that just posts that every
pop it
once in a while. He might retweet it. Well, how's the podcast life been for you?
It's good. It's a different challenge. My life's been all sports, and so now I'm starting to get into like the media side of it with the podcast. I think it's been fun because we can have our teammates on. We've had other people around Philadelphia on, and just kind of get to know them outside of football, and kind of give the people in Philadelphia like a chance to get to know them outside of football, because a lot of people just know us as football players around the city. So it's good to be able to have that platform to push out that content outside of football.
Was this something for you that somebody approached you and was like, hey, you should start this Exciting Whites, Exciting Mics, that'd be awesome? Or did you see like Jason Kelsey, he's around at practice, and maybe, ask him a couple questions about that? Or who showed interest first, the public or you?
I think it was kind of my idea that I brought to Reed. Obviously Kelsey's got his podcast with him and Travis. But I felt like it'd be cool for a cool opportunity for me and Reed. Us being in such a passionate sports city, and everybody wants to know everything about Eagles football around the city, for us to, just kind of give some insight to that and to who we are as players on and off the field, which has been cool.
Is that something you guys are going to continue to do during the season?
I am not sure yet. We might. We haven't talked that far yet. I know we got another episode coming out what's today? Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Today's
Tuesday. We got one more episode coming out Thursday, and then we'll see what happens during the season. We might get one in before the season goes. But we'll see. I'd like to do it during the season. I think it'd be fun, but obviously you don't want it to get in the way of football.
Kind of scary though, right? Because
what's the biggest fear?
If you sit there and you're like, every player gets paid, every player has investments outside of obviously just playing the game of football, trying to make passive income, whether it's real estate, guys love to play video games, but like to be out there in the football season, which we had to deal with when we first started, is sitting there and being in front of people's faces, talking about stuff while the season's going on. And I would love for you to dive into like the fan base of Philly, but are they as crazy as people make them out to be? In a good way, obviously.
Oh yeah, they're definitely crazy in a good way. They definitely hold you accountable. You hear it. I remember I wasn't playing yet. This was week 2. This was the Monday Night Football game against the Falcons, and Saquon he dropped that pass on 4th down, and I remember hearing people scream from the stands, like they wanted to send him back to New York after he dropped that pass. It was week 2. That's when I kind of realized, like, these fans really are invested, into Eagles football. And then Saquon goes on to rush for 2,000, and now he's a legend in the city.
Bro, you can just tell they eat it up.
Yeah.
This morning we were getting out of our hotel. Some guy's like half drunk. He's like, "Hey, it's Philly. That's what we do." I'm just thinking, hell,
In the
fucking
morning?
yeah, dude,
Are you
in the
staying
morning.
downtown?
So is Will in there?
Yeah.
And he looks at Will,
Downtown.
just gives him the flex real quick. It's like, holy shit, dude. Dude, when you're obviously when you're coming out of Iowa, everyone's excited about you. It's like, holy shit, there might be a starting corner in the NFL. And then people were talking about a first round pick. Don't mean to make this all about race, by the way. It's not the kind of game I'm trying to play. But when you're in the draft process, like, what was it like when the first round went by for you? Obviously, it was difficult, but do you have types of conversations like Tom Brady talks about following the 6th round? He's like crying with his mom and dad holding a baseball bat, thinking, nah, maybe I should have played baseball.
Yeah.
Or like, was there ever? Yeah,
I mean, I was just the way the first round went for me. Like, I had. This was what I was scared about. I had all these people over to this place in my hometown, and to not go in the first round, that's kind of why I was disappointed. Just because I felt like I'd let them down, but that wasn't really the case. I was getting all these prank calls and stuff during the first round, which made it even tougher. But then I was disappointed for a little bit after the first round. But then, that next day came, and, I knew I was going to go on that day at some point. So I just looked at it as, being excited for an opportunity to continue to play ball. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, ending up here in Philadelphia.
You had a hell of a rookie year. What does it mean to you to get ranked in the top 100 amongst the players?
It's pretty cool.
I mean, in the 60s. I told you on the field, I was like, I think it could be a little bullshit since you're already that high that early.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's pretty cool. I guess I never really paid too much attention to the top 100 when I was in just watching the NFL. So I guess some people like take it really seriously. Like, I've seen people on Twitter and all over the place. They seem to take it pretty serious, but I think it's pretty cool. It's a cool honor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you're ranked. Those are players. Like, you sat there in December when they all handed out the sheets.
Yeah.
And the offensive line, they all just do the same person for 20, and they pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know, because like usually you just do your teammates, don't you? Like, I feel like that's how it is.
Yeah, a lot of guys do. But as Ben Jones, our center, he would always we would sit there in a room and be like, hey, who do we think the top 20 guys are in the NFL? And we'd rattle them off. And then we'd take there's 9 guys in the room, we would take that one sheet and copy it 8 times. And then that would be all of our votes.
Oh, really?
All of our votes.
See, I think we just did it in like the locker room, and I think everybody just put each other down. So we didn't take it as serious as you guys did.
Yeah.
I guess.
What was your favorite play of the year last year?
Favorite play of the year? I mean, it's got to be by me that I made.
Yeah.
Probably the touchdown in the Super Bowl, probably.
Yeah, that is tough to beat. You did have a great form tackle.
Yeah.
Who was that on?
I think that was on.
Was that on?
DeJean?
Was it?
Oh,
Was that on there?
Isn't that your guys' boy?
Yeah, that's our boy.
Dude,
But
he's
we know in the
What-
NFL,
was it-
he's a
was
big
big
it-
as
guy.
shit. He's big as shit.
Was that him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Did you apologize to him after? Sorry, Mr. Henry.
No, I did not happen to talk to him after.
He didn't
I
really
haven't
talk
to him
during
he's a
since.
good dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Who's
Don't
the
want to get
player?
lateral with him when he's got that stiff arm ready to
Yeah,
go.
God
You can
bless.
practice it all week, which I'm sure you did, but
Yeah.
you ain't chopping the arm down.
Yeah,
No, I
he's
had
just
to,
too
I had to
strong.
get him before he got going.
Yeah.
which was good.
I mean, he a rare catch out of the backfield,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
gonna
It's
just
a rare
turn.
catch out.
He got it. He got his ass.
Yeah.
Who was a player like this past year? You went on the field and you're like, holy shit, that's so and so.
Probably Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, watching him in college, and Joe Burrow. I mean, really, when I got here, like lining up against AJ Brown was pretty cool.
What a specimen.
What a
A.J. Brown
specimen.
is.
I was a Minnesota Vikings fan growing up, so and Adam Thielen was a guy I liked to watch growing up because he played for the Vikings when I was younger, and I got to line up against him. He gave me some good work.
That's what I was going to say. We were talking about it after practice.
Yeah,
You said Adam Thielen kind of gave you your welcome to the NFL moment.
yeah. He
What happened? You're just like, look at us.
yeah, he just worked me. He worked me
You just get paralyzed
all
mentally
game
like that's him.
long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, this is like my childhood idol who I grew up watching. No, but it was it was a rough game for the kid there.
What week was that?
Shoot, I don't even know, to be honest. It was probably halfway through the season. I don't know what week
You're
it
starting
was.
to get in a groove. You're starting to feel yourself. You're like, oh, I can play in the NFL.
Yeah, and then I got humbled real quick
And it's crazy.
by just a savvy vet, you know.
Another all-white team player.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you look at your defense, dude, like your defensive line's insane.
Insane.
Yeah, we walk on the field and you just see so many specimens.
Yeah.
Guys that have either come from other teams. You see the second team guys, you're like, oh, that guy was a starter at X, Y, and Z. Like, do you realize the kind of team you guys have for this year? Again, it seems like your depth is just wild.
Yeah, I think Howie did a great job of bringing guys in who at the positions that we lost, guys that are looking to prove something, and guys that are coming back, even hungrier. We got a lot of young guys on our defense. I think we might have the youngest defense in the league, one of them. Which is good. It keeps the energy up. Everybody's hungry. To be out there. But you guys like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Zach Bond, who came on last year, N'Kobe Dean, Trot, everybody, and we got so much depth and so much young talent on our defense. It makes it fun when you're out there on the field.
Is there a guy on that defense that I heard a couple things. I heard Jalen Carter is a dog.
Yeah.
And like he's not one of those guys you really want to mess with.
No.
Is that the number one guy on the team? You're like, yeah, if he's in a bad mood, I'm gonna stay away from him.
Yeah, definitely.
Never one.
Definitely. 100%.
I love
Stay
that.
away from.
Talk about
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell. He had a hell of a year last year as a rookie too. And talking with some of the staff, they talk about what a pro he is.
Yeah.
But what makes him such a pro? What's his routine? What's his mentality like?
I think he's the same person every day. Comes in, and just does his work. He doesn't say a whole lot. You can get him out of his shell a little bit. He's funny when you can get him out of his shell. But if you guys listen to his interviews, like I don't think he's a fun guy to like listen to in his interview because he says the same things over and over again. Just because I don't think he really cares for that stuff. He's just focused on football. Like he literally, you don't ever see him, outside the building. You rarely ever see him like out anywhere, like getting food or just anything. He just goes
Just a
home,
hermit.
chills, keeps to himself. But he's definitely an interesting cat.
Not somebody you'd have on exciting mics.
Oh, we already had him on. We got
This is
him.
where he-
So this is where the
this I came to
experience comes
conclusion.
in.
We
Yeah.
got him.
Yeah,
We got him out of his shell a little bit, which was good. I think the people needed to hear that.
See a little bit. If you could have one guest on Exciting Mics, like who's your white buffalo?
Can't say us.
Can't say us.
Probably LeBron James.
LeBron.
I'm a big LeBron guy. Or Tom Cruise.
Tom, solid.
Top Gun's like my favorite movie.
The first one or the second one?
See, that's tough. I think the second one has a little more thrill. But they're close. They're close. I'd rank them 1 and 2 for my movies.
Your all-time favorite movies?
Yeah, 100%. I love Top Gun. I went and watched the new Top Gun like 5 times in the movie theater.
Yeah.
In the theater.
In the theater, yeah. Yeah.
Respect.
To see it that many times? I mean, Tom is the man.
The Dark Knight is a great movie also.
Phenomenal movie.
Dark Knight Rises also.
Is that number 3 for you?
Yeah, 100%. The
What's
Dark Knight.
number 4? Let's just keep this train rolling. You a comedy guy, or you just like these serious suspense movies?
I like the suspense. I like the military style movies too. Like Den of Thieves. Have you ever seen Den of Thieves?
Good movie.
Good
Not
movie.
seen Den of Thieves.
Didn't they just make a second one?
They did. I don't know. There might be 3 now actually. I don't know. I like the military style movies, the action. But Top Gun's by far my favorite.
Have you seen The Patriot
No.
with Mel
I've
Gibson?
I've not.
Buddy.
I'm not a huge I'm not a
I mean, it's
crazy movie guy. So
True, fair. But it's like, I guess
check it
it's
out.
like the earliest form of military movies, and it is one of those
The
movies
Patriot?
you watch, and if you doubt
I'll check it out.
America
I'll
not being the
check it out.
best, you'll watch that and be like, yeah, well, actually, check that. we are awesome.
Coach Siri.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I was getting excited about the Patriot. That's my bad. You go ahead.
Coach Sirianni, your favorite thing about him and a pet peeve you have with him.
Oh no, I don't know if I can do that. Pet peeve.
You have to.
You have to.
Favorite thing about him, he loves winning. Loves winning, hates losing. Very passionate, very detailed. Very detailed in the way he coaches. Sometimes he's like extra detailed. Like in the team meetings, he calls everybody out on everything. That either you did wrong or you need to do better. Which is good. I love that. And he also points out the good too, which is awesome. But I think he's a great coach. He loves to talk his talk, which is something that gives you confidence as a player, I think.
How about that pet peeve?
That was an A-B question. Let's get to B.
The pet peeve.
What's a pet? So yeah, Vrabel. He's a Matt Collins.
Oh,
said
he
Vrabel's
thinks
holds back.
Vrabel's gotten a little soft.
Yeah.
You can tell he wants to lose it, and he kind of harnesses it in, and he wants him like, hey, let it go.
His term
Get
was the
after him.
pussification of America has rubbed off on Vrabel
Yeah.
because it's so new.
Wow.
But everyone's got it. Like, you in the locker room, a head coach does something, and then you guys all walk in the locker room, and someone's mimicking or joking about whatever the team keys or some sort of thing he always says.
I think with Green Bay, LaFleur was like sometimes with the speeches.
Yeah. He's got some interesting speeches.
Yeah.
How is Sirianni with his speeches?
To be honest, he really doesn't like give crazy speeches. Like every time in the locker room, like before games, he'll walk in. He'll usually say like the keys. A lot of times he'll say the same tough detail together, break that down a little bit, and then it'll be on the players to bring it up and say something.
It seems like you guys are really like a player-led team in a lot of ways. Who are some guys besides yourself that stand out quite a bit to you from a leadership standpoint?
I mean, Hurts, obviously the quarterback. He's a good leader. AJ, Saquon. Saquon's probably one of the best teammates I've been around. In my time playing football, just a down to earth dude on the field, and he's a lot of fun to play against. Off the field, he's just really, really fun to talk to. He always has some interesting conversations. I don't know if you guys are talking to him today, but he can get into some crazy stuff. Which is always fun, especially during camp. To kind of break up the football stuff. You kind of just talk about random shit
Yeah.
you know, in the training room, which is fun. So he's that guy. Reed obviously has been a great leader. You know, not only for our defense, but for me. You know, since I got here, he kind of took me under his wing. You know, which is pretty cool.
It's good to know that Sirianni, you have no pet peeves of Sirianni.
Yeah, I mean,
seems like a pretty flawless.
I'm only a year
individual.
in, so
That's okay. I feel like that's enough. It's enough of a resume to
Good enough sample size.
have your
That's
own
okay.
pet peeve.
yeah.
We know where we're at right now. We're in training camp. We're zoomed in. We're locked
Yeah,
in.
locked.
And he's thinking right now to himself, like, when the media sees this, I can't let him have nothing.
Yeah.
Can't let him have
Sirianni's a
fucking
fun guy.
nothing.
He probably wouldn't listen to this part and have a good chuckle or a good laugh.
He does seem like a guy's guy a little bit. Guy's guy?
Oh yeah,
Did you have a beer
100%.
with Sirianni?
Would I?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything that's. Oh, probably not.
He was
It was after the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got
Yeah.
everybody enjoyed a beer together anyway during the
After the
parade.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
After Super Bowl,
Yeah.
everyone gets one beer, 12
Yeah.
ounces, Bud Light. Call it a day.
Yeah, we were having a good time after the Super Bowl though. Like
I can't imagine.
post game party. Yeah.
Have you physically seen the city of Philadelphia grease the polls?
No, I've not. Actually, I've seen videos, but I've never like been
Witnessed
in
it.
it. You know.
How often are you going into the city yourself? I feel like you can't really get around.
I mean, I live in the city, so I mean, I feel like I blend in pretty well. I usually just throw on a hat, and you know, I'm just like a regular dude walking down.
You been to the Rocky
Walking down the street.
statue?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
You
You
go
got some
every
flicks
game?
with it?
We that's where the parade ended. The Rocky Steps and statue.
Love
Did you guys
that.
run up it?
Yeah, that was like one of the first things I did when I got here and toured the city was run up the Rocky Steps,
Really?
and I put the theme music behind it. It's pretty cool.
You should make that part of your game day routine.
I know.
Just go there
Oh
every
my,
day,
that-
every
that might be
Saturday,
sick,
every
yeah.
Sunday. That'd be awesome.
The day before the game or the day of?
Whatever works in your schedule. I think
Yeah.
would be a good move.
And also, it's like your legs too. Like, I've never really walked up those steps, so I wouldn't know how much of a.
It's not. I mean, it's not a whole lot on
Okay, that's
on the
fair.
legs.
But
Yeah.
maybe hit like get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Just get a little. Yeah. It might be good to warm the legs up a little bit.
Right.
You know.
Visualize, look
Yeah.
around, look at Rocky, think of all the things he's accomplished in his life.
Just see the city of Philadelphia.
This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to get done out
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Do you have any superstitions on game day?
I usually get one. Like I got the same routine the whole year, and if we lose, then I gotta switch something up in my routine. But I try to do the same thing. It's almost too much sometimes, but I try to do the same thing. You know, each and every game day. Like I'll get there, I have to eat exactly at 4 hours before the game. Go out on the field 2 hours before. I do my stretches and stuff before that. Handshakes at a certain moment. You know, so I feel like I got it down to a science. Obviously every year's different, so this year I'll have to figure out a different routine for for
tinker
those
with it a
games.
little bit.
Yeah.
You
Do
wear
we
the same thing every game?
Yes. Well, yes. I try to. It depends what we're wearing on, like jerseys and what they're wearing. You know, because as a defensive guy, you got to wear. You know, you got to make sure you got the right gloves on.
Yeah,
Um,
blend in.
You know, things like
Tug in
that.
that jersey a little
Yeah.
bit.
Right kind of
That's a
swag.
Never
move.
know.
That's a savvy move.
Never know.
Savvy move.
Do we appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on. We can't dive into too much because we got to have them all on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to
So
get
that'll
on the
happen
bus.
next off season, but good luck this year.
Yes.
Stay healthy.
Appreciate it.
Best cheesesteak in Philly is your last question.
Angelo's cheesesteaks.
Mitch, how do you feel about that? Never been.
Are you from Philly? Where at? Reading. Okay. Delisandro's. Not sure if I had it. I've had Del Rossi's. You ever had Del Rossi's?
Couple Philly guys.
I don't think I've had
Del. Sound like Philly guys. right now.
Delisandro's, no.
But
I
dude, thank
appreciate
you.
you guys.
Check
Yeah.
out Exciting Mikes.
Yes,
You'll see the Exciting
appreciate
Whites
that.
on the field this year. But good luck, bro.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Way to up this episode to bring you Buddy, the best clothing line I have ever put on my body in my entire life, and that is True Classic, dude. They sent us the new Pima t-shirts. This is not one, but if you go and look at the vlog that's coming out very soon, made by JP Hovey of our training camp tour, you will see me rocking a black t-shirt. You're like, Taylor, what's different? You're always wearing a black t-shirt and black pants. These ones, they have a little curve at the bottom. They grab the shoulders the same way those classic cotton boys do, and gives you a little love in the middle. That way you can feel great, feel confident, and do all the things you need to do. But I'm telling you, the quality and the affordability of this stuff is incredible. You can find True Classic at Amazon and Costco, Sam's Club, and Target nationwide, or go online at trueclassic.com/Bussin. Look good, feel good, play good. Let's get back to this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next portion of this podcast at the Philadelphia Eagles training camp. We are joined by two stout gentlemen. Two big boys, offensive linemen, Lane Johnson, who just got in the 99 club, and Jordan, make sure I'm saying this correctly, Mailata. Is that correct, sir?
It's great. It's good enough for me.
Good enough for you.
me.
Yep. Make sure that mic's a little closer to your face. That's because we got to hear. This is a whole thing. We do a podcast, and so you want people to hear what you're saying. Dude,
Sir.
obviously, Lane, we'll get to you in a second. You're a stud. We love you to death. Your story, Jordan, is unbelievable. Being in Australia, playing rugby, you went and trained at IMG.
Yeah, the International Player Pathway Program was run out of IMG, so
Yeah.
that's where I was for about 3 to 4 months. And halfway through that process, they said I was draft eligible. It's like, cool, what's that? They explained it to me, and this crazy team took a chance on me. So
Was it 7th round?
7th round.
7th round, took a chance on you. What for you was like, oh, I'm playing this game rugby in Australia. No one really cares about football, I'm assuming. You go and take a shot at this sport that you've never played before.
Man, I was young. I was 20 years old when I decided, I hadn't even turned 21 when I joined the program. And
But you look
Yeah.
How old are you right now?
28. So, yeah, just turned
Looks
21
about
when I
40.
got drafted. I know I look 48. Go fuck yourself, Will.
And like, what was it like for you when you see Jordan come in? Obviously, this big athletic bastard walks in the door.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic. Yeah.
Jason Peters, this dude. But I was like, I couldn't believe how well he could move at his size. So now, like you see how lean he is. It's like, hey, that's why we got to pay tariffs on him now.
Great ankle to
He's got big tariffs on him.
great
Get
ankle
him
to
dialed
calf
in.
ratio. I was watching the past
You're
sets
a
out
put
there.
together man.
Yeah,
There's no doubt
I
about
was
it.
kind of watching your sets out there.
Yeah,
look
you got
nice.
crispy sets. You get some crispy sets. How long did it take you to understand the techniques of pass setting, angles, hand punching, run fits,
Man,
double teams, scheme?
I don't know. I'd say probably last year is probably, honestly, like the culmination of everything.
Yeah.
You start off hot year one, too. It was
Now, I feel like I was
start off hot year one. Sorry.
I feel like I'm more comfortable now in my set, my technique now. But I think it was just a combination of all the years adding up and getting to a point where you understand, the QB drop depth, and knowing how many, kicks to go, and you just kind of get comfortable over time. And I think it was kind of last year just it all come together,
Hell yeah.
man.
Lane, for you, with Jordan, what was a couple early behaviors or things that he did to where you're just thinking like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, it's what we do in Australia.
The F word is pretty big in it. The
I
F word's
love
pretty
the accent. I
big
told you
in,
when we got on here.
the F word is pretty big in America, but the C word in Australia is the F word. So that was probably
He
the
was-
biggest change that I learned from
He
him.
was eating his little Slurpee and he's like, I'm big old cunt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Don't listen to this guy, man.
He's a
This
silly.
guy.
He used to say, "You're a silly cunt, bro." You're a silly cunt.
Issue, I didn't know. That was a big shock for me coming here using that word, and everyone. I was like, well, what did I say wrong?
Yeah.
And they had to educate me, and so after that, I was like, all right, cool, can't say it anymore.
But no, he was a good time, Charlie, from the very beginning.
Really?
I mean, he had to learn the ins and outs, and like he had his growing pains, but there was like it was a preseason game here at home where you just played lights out, and the sets were fucking getting out of there, and I was like, damn, dude, yeah.
Because when you got here, obviously Jason was here, you were here. Who are the rest of the guys? It feels like the Eagles have their guys for 10 years plus all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if Kelly's already gone. I think Kelly already left. DK, Jason Peters is here. Big V was here.
Big V was here.
Tackle.
I'm trying to think tackle wise.
You say Kelly, you're
was-
talking about Dennis Kelly?
Yeah, Dennis Kelly.
Dude, how much
The
of a
war horse,
beauty
man.
is he?
Oh, he was my favorite. He was the ultimate equalizer because we had just a lot of different personalities in the room, but he was like the guy that came in. He was like, this man's our judge.
He's
He's a good
brings everybody
contrarian.
around.
He is. He's
And
a good
everybody-
contrarian. He's the
Everybody
perfect.
could be having a conversation, and then he will come in with the perfect devil's advocate. He's like, I'm not saying I disagree with you guys, but what about this? And then just re-stirs up the
Yeah.
conversation perfectly.
Yeah. He's been like that. Just he's lights out every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no doubt. With Lane, for you, coming in, you have Jason Peters, you got Kelsey, and then you're 4th overall or 3rd overall? Fourth overall. You're in a position where you're being around these guys, these Hall of Fame cats, the leadership, and now you find yourself in year 13 now, the leader of the room, 99 club. Like, how is that transition? How big of a help were those two in developing you from a leadership standpoint?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you're around like guys that are super high intensity like you are. Like there's like lots of different personalities, but like Kels was one, JP, Brooks was, Brooks was a very serious guy. So
I heard he was a different cat, man.
yeah, he was. You remember like he's kind of built like Sappho. Just just you're around him, you're like you're not from this planet.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
just different, but. Their work ethic, their drive for the game, and I think JP, as soon as I came in the league, he could have been asked to me as somebody who was trying to take his spot, but I got stuck at right tackle and pretty much, he was my mentor, as far as like sets and how he played, his style. And just like we had lots of good examples, Jason Peters, Sean Andrews, we just have Evan Mathis, Todd Hermans. We've always been pretty loaded and had good teachers.
I see you got the toe spacers on. You're
Yeah.
going into
Shout out Correct Toes.
year 12, 13.
13, yeah.
You're going into year 8. What are a couple camp necessities in training camp that are musts
Dude wipes.
in the bag?
Dude wipes.
Gotta have him.
Yeah, dude wipes. Element salt packets.
Yeah.
That's one.
We added one this year. It was a Camelback.
Camelback for the
for
backpacks.
water. Yeah.
We got 100 animals coloring books from CVS. Landon bought 3 of those. So I'll text y'all some pictures later that we've done.
You will put it on.
Yeah, I'm not bullshitting, so I'm pretty proud of mine. So, so we've been doing that in meetings sometimes when it gets stagnant. But no, man, we've been having fun. But no, it's been kind of a grind. Hopefully no Super Bowl hangover. Hell, we're getting the dog piss beat out of us. So
Yeah.
it's been good.
Who's the personality to break up the monotony at camp in the O-line room?
This guy.
Landon,
This guy and Landon.
I'd say
It's either
Landon. Like I feel like I've had my days in the sun. In Landon, if Landon, I don't know. I'm trying to describe the guy.
This is a
damn.
different cat, huh?
He has like the Chris Farley. He has the John Candy in him. And he also has the Billy Bob from Varsity Blues in him. So all
What a
those 3
mix.
rolled into
What a
one.
combo. That's an interesting cocktail.
So
It's almost as interesting as Lane Johnson being in Philadelphia. Like, you're one of the most country cats of all
where do I
time.
belong?
Where you
Texas,
belong.
Oklahoma,
Yes.
Kansas, Nebraska.
Yeah.
How crazy of a transition was it for you when you first got here?
Yeah, it was. Football's obviously very serious in Texas, but I just feel like here the spaces are tighter, and so traffic when you get home, there's like kind of no hiding. So I remember coming home from some games a few times. People spot you in the car, fucking
Run up
Give it
on
to
you.
you?
run up on you. You remember Gruden telling you, "Whoa," talking about his Philly
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Sometimes you get in those traffic jams, and hey, but I know it all comes from a place like they love football. They want to see us do well, and they'll let you know if it's not
Yeah.
up to par. So
Joe,
Yeah.
when you
been fun.
got to the NFL, what was your rookie hazing like? What'd you have to do? What Lane put you through? What the boys do?
Lane's actually a great vet. They didn't put me through much. Just get the Chick-fil-A and Popeyes for every game, every away game. Had to get JP's apple pie.
Yeah.
Missed it one time. Found
that-
out real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
How'd that go?
Fine or
one of the
what?
worst scoldings I ever got from. I felt like I was getting scolded from my dad.
Oh, you was getting a scolding
Oh,
for
man.
real.
I was like, damn, man. I should have drove to the one 5 miles away.
that's something that he looked forward to the whole
Yeah,
week. He
that
was
was
waiting
his
on
one
it, and that
thing.
shit's
But
not
he
there.
just looked for that
before the
pie. I
flight.
was like, damn.
Upset.
But they didn't do much, man. Just made sure that there were snacks in the room.
What the hell you gonna tell him to do? Look at him.
No doubt.
Hey.
Big boy.
So
But no,
they
like,
were
like
good to
whenever
me.
I first got here, like Chip wasn't about that. We didn't have much of the, even the rookie talent show. We
That
didn't
was one.
have that then.
That-
So
You guys didn't have the rookie talent
Raiders.
show?
Get Raiders at the end of training camp practice.
Do you do anything as a vet to the
Yes,
rookies that come in?
I do the same thing that I was put through. So
Apple pies?
not apple pies. No apple pies.
What's your
But-
what's your tasty treat? What's your number one?
My number one for
what'd you eat yesterday? You'll like this.
which one? For
For
dinner?
dinner.
Chicken fried steak with some gnocchi.
Some
Gnocchi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
alright.
been doing mashed potatoes.
was
What
nice.
have we been doing? All gratin potatoes.
Gratin potatoes and then just some cheesy.
So we mixed it up, but I know he's never
cheesy
had chicken fried
potatoes.
steak till like last year. So he was like, "Dude, this
I was
is
like, dude, this is amazing.
don't
shit.
eat it. Don't eat it every meal. You won't be doing good, but you'll be feeling good."
I love the bonding.
He spoils me, man. Spoils me.
I love the bonding over food. Just
Right.
a couple of
Just a
O-line
classic
hogs,
offensive line
just
thing.
talking
What do you eat?
food.
What do you have?
Kind of sad because we're sitting there with our chicken fried steak and everyone's looking at us.
Yeah.
Landon's one of those guys that gets up early in that sauna. For weigh-in days, he may have to lose 5.
Yeah.
It's kind of good to.
But we had a
throw it
couple
in their
cats
face
at the
little
Titans that would be like 16 over. Be like 2 in the morning, and the head coach Malarkey would pull up the security footage of someone going in at 2 in the morning just to get in the sauna.
Oh my god.
And Spain.
I already knew where that was going.
Quinn
Yeah.
Spain, yeah.
Quinn Spain.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. He put up like team meeting.
He put up a team meeting, but who's this right here? It looks like this guy really loves ball. And it'd be Spain and showing the security camera walking into the sauna. And it'd be like 2:35 in the morning.
Michael Bennett would do some shit like that here.
Michael Bennett was a different cat.
Michael
now.
Bennett would be, Dom say 2 minutes. Everybody's got their shoulder pads on. Somebody may be taking a piss. Michael Bennett would be in there in the Epsom salt tubs, none of his shit on. He might come out there the fucking second series of the game. I'm like, this dude here,
Different cat.
entertaining,
Yeah.
but
To
was
not-
a great player.
To not have that anxiety of being like, I got to make sure I'm on
I,
time.
I,
Yeah.
I envied
Envy that.
envied being around people
Yeah.
that didn't have the anxiety that we had.
Anytime I
the
saw a guy
paranoia.
that didn't care, I'd be like, how the fuck do I get more like that? Because I felt like I always,
The DBs have it.
yeah.
The DB groups have it.
They're going to figure it out. They're going to be where they need to be, but it
Yes.
just seems like they're never going to get there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What was the biggest difference between Australia and America for you? Like, biggest culture shock besides the word cunt?
I don't know if there is probably the fandom.
Yeah.
Like in sports. Like I thought, rugby fans or just sports fans in Australia were pretty diehard, but I think across America it's just like a different level. Just a different
Especially
level, man.
Philly.
Like
Philly's a different bird,
just
man.
yeah, maybe that's probably why I feel that way.
Mhm.
But yeah, just the fandom across the whole country is so different.
Before you found football, was your goal to play for the All Blacks?
No, I was born and raised in Australia, so it would have been the Wallabies.
The
The
Wallabies?
yeah.
All Blacks sounds
The
kinda
All
cooler,
Blacks are the
don't you
rugby
think?
union team for New Zealand, but everyone
neighbors?
thinks, New Zealand and Australia, same thing. That's why I say
Stupid
it's just like
Americans.
Canada and America.
Yeah, I was
Same
saying
way.
the same thing to the boys. They were talking about New Zealand. Like, guys, it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm glad you were able to culture them, man.
We
That's good.
asked this to Cooper. Pet peeve of Coach Sirianni. One thing you love about him and a pet peeve you have with him.
I love he does like a lot of insightful stuff, like speeches, like we hear like from a lot of different. We had Michael Johnson coming here in the off season, but sometimes we get too many quotes from basketball guys. I'm like, hey, them some bitches were out there shooting those threes and dunking because they didn't want to go across that middle. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you've been there.
I agree.
Been there.
You've
Yeah,
been there in those
I
games. I'm
agree.
going, hey, motherfucker, I'm not dribbling no ball, brother.
I'm not dribbling the ball,
It's a
but-
different mentality.
Hey, it is.
It's a different mentality.
I
in this
remember
game.
Charles Barkley saying he went to a few practices. They tried to get him, I don't know, out of Auburn or when he was in high school, and he was like, "Man, fuck this."
Yeah.
Went out there and you
Football's
get,
made more
you get
basketball
hit in the
players
sternum
than
one
anything
time
else.
going across the middle. It's like, hey, okay, you got to make that choice. Do I want to stay with this or do I want to
Yeah.
No doubt.
go basketball? You make a lot more money. It's guaranteed.
Much better
Less-
sport.
less
yeah.
anxiety.
Last a lot
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
More
It's
longevity.
Cooler shoes.
Pet peeve for you.
Nah, I'd probably say the same. There's not much that about Nick that kind of pisses me off. I think we see eye to eye on a lot of things, and I was like struggling to think of a pet peeve. I was like, and then when he said that, I was like, yeah, actually, that does piss me off. I was like, yeah, that does piss me off. Seeing basketball players up there talking.
Tell me how you got to be tougher. How you got to wake up
They
every
are,
day
but
and be
hey,
tough.
I'm not about to run up on Ben Wallace back in the day or Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys are big, so
The
I understand.
talk to me about Big Dom. Security guard Dom. He had us in the corner telling us the biggest war stories I think I've ever heard. Like,
A good hour.
To the point where I'm thinking to myself, there ain't no way half this stuff is true. But he seems like he might be connected.
He has a Joey Diaz kind of aura to him. To me,
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of does.
His storytelling's like really, you get into it. He's super funny, but he's been here for 20-something years.
28, he was saying.
28 years. Yeah. He's dealt with a lot of personalities on the team.
Yeah.
But he's pretty damn busy is what he is. A lot of it's getting passports that are lost, drivers. I mean, this whole, when they did the driver's license, you won't know. But did you?
I had to do that.
You had to? I didn't know if you got yours.
I had to start from the bottom, get my learners, my permits. You guys call it permit?
Something like that, yeah.
How was that? How was getting in the car with that guy?
It was easy. I got the learner's permit and got my license, but yeah.
What car did you drive?
I drove in it was like a small, little hatchback.
Genius move. A lot of guys want to
Small
pull up in a
hatchback.
truck. It's like,
I pulled up in a little hatchback.
Those cones. I failed my permit test 3 times, the written portion.
What car were you?
Yeah, and then I aced that driving test, brother. Aced it. Didn't get my license. I was 17 though, which is kind of a bummer. On that one.
I tried to wing it, and I didn't fail. I failed the first time.
Yeah.
Just because I tried to wing it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll study the book.
Yeah, you get that little ass book.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I was reading every page every night, and I was like, oh, this is tough.
Just
Like doing homework again.
And then passed it the second time. So I was like, oh, it was worth it.
Yeah.
When was the first time that everybody knew you could sing?
Probably the rookie talent show. Yeah, they do.
You was just sitting there and all?
Yeah. You gotta ask Lane that.
He needs a promoter. Hey, we gotta. Yeah, what he did last night should have been. I guess it got recorded in there, but yeah, that was very impressive.
Bro, we had a rookie one year in like 2015 or 16, and he started singing John Legend, playing on the guitar, singing John Legend. Dude started, teams shut the lights off, phones came out, lights up. It's incredible when somebody's out there and they got some real vocals.
And that's what happened. You know how it's like real playful in the beginning, and then as soon as you start singing, everybody get real quiet.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what
hey,
happened again last night. Yeah.
Then on breaks throughout camp, we'd be in the hotel and he'd just be around playing the guitar, singing songs.
Yeah, I mean,
the boys got you doing that.
Yeah.
Little guitar, locker room guitar, community guitar in the locker room.
Yeah, you can play a little bit.
We used to have a karaoke.
A little bit.
You used to have karaoke. Yeah. What was it like filming that Christmas album? Before you answer that question, 2 years before you guys came out with that, I went to Will and I was like, we should do a Christmas album.
He can't get off this.
Is that not true though?
It's true.
I was like, we should do a Christmas album. We're in Nashville. We should get a bunch of people and do a Christmas album. It'd be unbelievable. I was like, we'll look into it. It's
hard to get everybody to come to Nashville, record a song. And we were in the earlier stages. We weren't operating.
But wouldn't you know it, the Philadelphia Eagles come out with an album and I was punching air. Happy for you guys.
He was so tight.
I was so sick.
I said we should do that. I was like, buddy, I don't know what you want me to do.
Do it next time.
It's not too late to do it.
No, it's over.
It's not too late.
I'm gonna have to do something different now. I gotta figure out a way to be original. But what was that experience like? Who came up with the idea? Was it Jason?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he can sing. Jason loved to sing. I love to bullshit and sing.
You can sing a little bit now. Don't sleep on yourself.
You got something. You got that voice.
Yeah, I'm mid. I'm very mid. But the anxiety level was like worse than like before a game because at least I've had some practice. Like you have what you have. But the first time we did, after a couple shots, it felt kind of fun. You kind of lost track of the camera stuff. But Charlie I felt like they had like a good chemistry just getting the set and how the albums look, just all that came with it. It was hard getting us all together before. I mean, it all happened before camp, really. Like
and Jordan's out there. He's going national. That
little clip you see.
Buddy.
And that dude, is it Charlie, the gray hair guy? It's like,
yes.
Just feeling it?
Yes.
But
so
you
he
watch
was in
that
there.
and you're like, holy shit, dude,
he was
this
in
guy
there.
Can go.
He's very like theatrical. He was the best. He made the whole project.
Were you so fired up to just show out?
No, man, I was just like, this is my comfort zone. Yeah, for me, it was just.
I think Charlie heard. I don't know if they've been here to listen to what he didn't hear, but whenever he started singing, they're like, "Holy,
yeah,
real deal."
Is that something you might want to do after ball's over?
We'll see, man. We'll see.
What do you? Go ahead, Bob.
I was gonna say, how much longer you have in the tank? How long do you want to play?
You got to make 20.
If we win it all this year, hey, I could be done this year. That's how I feel. But
It's on the horizon a little bit. The mortality of yourself.
yeah, yes, yeah. Just because there's obviously football, the career is fun, but you're getting to live life that's everything you work for, you're getting to enjoy now. But like whenever you're in it, you remember what it's like. Just you're constantly working, and and that's how I feel when I'm in it. But no, I'm definitely looking. Next couple of years, I signed for 2, so really this and next, and really evaluate it. But if we win it all this year, it could be last.
Never
last
know.
overall. You never know, but
Yeah, but you're operating such a high level.
Exactly.
I feel like
99 club.
hey, but where do you go from there? I mean, do you just
Yeah.
just go back to being a guy?
Yeah. How long do you want to play? If you had a crystal ball.
Microphone in your hand.
I'm good.
Microphone.
I'm good with 10, man. I'm good with 10.
You're on
Everyone's
8.
like,
You said 8 right now?
I'm on 8. We'll
So
see.
you guys are drawing lines in the sand right now.
We'll see, man. I just want to get through this this contract. I think I've got like 3 to 4 years left.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. Finish out this one and
When you get done, will you move back to Australia? Or
I'll
you
probably
think
stay
you'll-
here. Yeah, my wife's American, so
Hell yeah.
I feel like the gauge,
Congrats,
like
man.
when you want to retire, kind of like in the off season, you kind of like, hey, I'll play 20 more years, and then when you have a few days of camp, you're like, fuck this, man, I got fucking.
Yeah, it's
2
tough
days
to
left.
ask somebody how long they want to play when
I
you're
got,
literally in the
I got
heart
a
of
year left. I'm
August.
done, dude.
Yeah.
It fluctuates.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do this again in like March. And
Yeah.
once you'll guys be like, fuck it, dude, I'll play 5 more, I'll play 6 more. Because it would be awesome to see you make 20. That's only 7 more years, dude. It's only 7 more.
20?
99 club.
That's ridiculous.
Be 98 next year, 97. Like, you got a lot of
Hey,
room.
don't remember my name at the end of it.
yeah.
You'll be
fair
calling
enough.
yourself Landon.
Yeah, Landon.
Just
I'm Landon.
Lane just wheeling around in a wheelchair, be like, he was a stud. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
How old are you now?
Took his ball
43.
You really
Yeah.
entertained us for a long time, brother.
Good
Just pat
job,
him on the
Lane.
back.
Yeah.
Boys, hey, we appreciate your time, man. We'd love another, best Philly in Philly.
Cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak, sir.
Oh, sorry. Philly, best Philly cheesesteak in Philly. I'm a Jim's guy.
Jim's.
Yeah.
Are
Is that
you
the
a
one
big?
that's right down the road right here?
No, that's
New
Joe's.
Roman Pass?
That's Skinny
Skinny
Joe's.
Joe's.
Excuse me.
Are you a big Philly cheesesteak guy, or do you feel like they're overrated?
Man,
Speak your truth.
go fuck yourself, Will. He's trying to set me up, motherfucker.
No, I think Philly cheesesteaks are a little overrated.
This guy
He
trying to
was
set
trying to
me
get
up.
your ass right there.
No, I'm not a huge cheesesteak guy, man. I think it's a good meal from time to time. I don't eat it, every week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Month.
Chicken fried steak or Philly cheesesteak?
You son of a bitch.
You just had it yesterday, didn't you?
just had it yesterday.
Kind of
I was
nice.
like,
little
"Ugh."
gravy on top of that thing?
Because I had it yesterday, I'm gonna go chicken fried steak.
Oh,
That's what- over
get him,
cheesesteak.
Philly.
We'd have chicken
Get his
fried.
ass.
Hey, Lane, we'd have chicken fried steak every Tuesday in high school with rolls, mashed potatoes, everything. I'd make a little sandwich out of it. It'd be corn, potatoes. We'd have chicken fried steak and a roll. I'd peel off the roll, put everything in between.
Would
You
you have?
would have loved it.
Would you have R.D. Mercer on the tape too?
Roy D. By God Mercy.
Yeah,
How
I'm
big
not-
a boy are you?
Every time I hear you talk about that, nobody's even heard of him. I'm like, I've heard every damn
Oklahoma
tape.
legend.
Yes. Yeah,
when his
Tulsa.
boy's shitting in the stall,
Yes, yes.
we'd rip the CD. We'd
my
rip the CD every year.
My grandpa's
Michigan
first time I
legend.
heard that, my grandpa had it in the
Have
truck.
you heard Roy D. Mercer?
No, man.
Oh, you got to put
Prank
him on some
calls,
Roy D.
prank calls,
Mercer.
country guy, Oklahoma.
Country, Oklahoma. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
we'll be
brother.
watching.